Welcome to Teem Sports Entertainment, the podcast. I am your host, Earl Teemer, alongside my co-host, my uncle, Alan Teemer. Man, before we go any further, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment, and also hit the notification bell. That way you are aware when we upload new content. We just got finished watching the Lakers versus the Clippers opening night. Didn't like what I seen. I didn't like it at all.
No.
So many things we need to talk about. Let's just start with Lebron. What do you think about his performance?
I told you. Didn't I tell you? I told you in the Western Conference preview episode.
Mm-hmm.
I told you exactly what he was gonna do, and that's exactly what he did. I've been a fan of this dude for so long. It's ridiculous. He'll come out in games like this and he just filling things out, but I don't want to see that though.
Yeah. He's playing a long game. I ain't making no excuses for him. No,
Listen,
go talk, man.
I don't understand his. I don't understand why he does it that way. And AD is gonna have to figure out that
he need to play the five.
No, he don't need to play the five. He needs to play some five.
Let me just say that he needs to play the five until they get a five. Because based on what I seen tonight,
Gasol needs to retire.
That's not it.
Listen, I mean, there's some things that you already know that it's early. You could say it's early, and you could say that, right? Yeah. And it's the first game. Man, you can't pick up speed as the season goes. Yo, Gasol look like a dinosaur, man.
Yeah.
For real. I mean, certain matchups, yeah, maybe. But certain teams, he just need to take the night off.
Nah, but you made an interesting point during the game, because we were both surprised when they see him in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
He needs to play when the opposing team natural centers in the game, like Zubac. When he comes in the game, you come in the game. When the Joker comes in the game, otherwise, I don't see any minutes for him.
It definitely makes sense for him to be in the game with Ibaka out there who's shooting threes. And he's just there to spread him out. And then when you bring him out there, they put him in a pick and roll. And it's all, I mean, and he can't move, man. It's crazy.
It's good. But, yo,
preseason is deceiving. We're for real.
But when you think about it, even with the Gasol point, that's just a small thing.
No,
we need to give it. No,
no, it's not.
We got to get back to Braun. He didn't set the tone.
But see, that's the thing. That's. I mentioned it. These are the things when people speak of this, they think I'm in denial. I see it, but I know what he's doing.
No doubt. Yeah.
You know,
right.
I know what he's doing. But no, listen, again, I just on the stuff
3 days ago.
Yeah, forget 3 days ago. I just was all over Steph Curry net.
Yeah.
Right? It's the same thing with LeBron. People pay money for this. Fans don't pay for you to go figure whatever you're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
He needs to figure this out while he's dominating.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I have no excuses for that performance tonight, man. He just, for whatever reason, it's like he has his moments where he just throws off the entire flow of the game.
It would have been worse, but Kawhi game was off. And he still played good.
Yeah.
But he missed a lot of shots early.
Yeah.
So, but Pandemic P, I'm not taking that name away from him. This is what he does.
Yeah.
Regular season, he might look like the MVP. But when the playoffs come, show me something.
I'm not worried about that at all.
No.
Overall, there are some other things. Obviously, the LeBron performance was trash tonight. AD, please get a paint touch. What?
All this jump shooting? I mean, you're not a guard. Okay, it's great that you can shoot out there, but you're not affecting the game. You affect the game when you get it, mix it up. Everything was from the outside. Everything. I never saw him in the paint.
Other than maybe that when he faced up, when baseline on Ibaka and finished. That was in the first half. That was early on. It goes back to last season as well. He would do that, catch fire from outside, and he never establishes himself in the paint. Wesley Matthews. I didn't like what I said tonight. Wesley Matthews.
He's on the roster?
He was getting attacked all night. I thought he was supposed to be the defensive presence on the perimeter.
I thought that was Danny Green.
Listen, Lakers fans probably was. Listen, it didn't look good.
No.
It didn't look good at all. It was a bad performance. And they were still in the game in the third quarter within maybe – they had tied the game at one point, but they went ice cold. Dennis Schroeder played well, but I think they relied on him too much. You know what I mean? Vogel rotations weren't that great either. Caruso, he has to figure that out. Why Caruso is never consistent when Caruso comes in the game. He's a spark right away, but you sit him the entire third quarter? Why? I know it's the first game of the season and you're trying to figure things out. I get it. It's ring night. You're pacing yourself for the long run.
You know, I hate that.
I know you hate it.
I hate when they start talking about it's ring night and all that. Listen, you're a champion. Mm-hmm. Champions don't go down 20. And if they do, they come back like you did. Mm-hmm. You know, if you can do that. And matter of fact, it was the bench that came back. Yeah. So, I mean, again, we're supposed to be giving people free throws of highlights, but I mean, we can give them highlights of Pandemic P3 because he got hot in that. Yeah. And it was the fourth or third. That was third. He scored 15 points in the third quarter.
He was torching the fourth a little bit too, but he did this last season game one.
I don't believe in him, so I can't even give. I mean, as nice as that looked, as nice as he looked, I'm not. Listen, I've been there with you before. Yeah. Nah.
All right, and another thing before we go, I just think they need to figure out a way to get Trez more involved. Maybe some pick and rolls, because at points in the game, it was just like he was just out there, and it was no fault of his own.
His effort was the only, to me, he was the only one given that championship effort, and he wasn't even on the championship team. No. Yeah. Wow. But now we talking about the Lakers and bigging up and beating them down. But on the same time, we need to mention how Kawhi and PG look in the triangle. Very good. And I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I mean, it's a big difference from last year, and that's gonna be dangerous.
Yeah, because the lack of a pure point guard, I think that system is gonna fit them perfectly.
Yeah, it was nice. That was nice. I like what Kawhi, how Kawhi handled it, and some of them shots. I mean, he was hooking people up with some nice shots. They just wasn't knocking them down. Patterson, he'd be going back to the bench
when
Morris come back. Yeah, I mean,
that's evident.
But this, you know what? This actually seemed like the same pattern from last year. Last year, PG wasn't here, and they beat the Lakers without PG. What's going to happen when PG comes? Now Morris is that star. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Lakers gonna figure it out. You just didn't like what you seen tonight because
I never do in it. That's LeBron-led teams. Yeah. First game of the season, he's always lackadaisical. He's early in the season, no. Then I don't get it.
I don't get it either, man. Overall, great performance by the Clippers. You know what I mean?
Man,
I like what I seen.
More of a greater performance from Ty Lue. Give it up to him.
No doubt.
That coaching, I like the new offense that the Clippers are running. I like it. It's giving them more space. It's giving PG room to work, and those are all pretty much mismatches when you have Kawhi and PG, and when you get them in that triangle and in their spots, and they're getting the ball there, it's a lot of space. Yeah. And if you try to double, it's too much ground to cover trying to double that. You know.
So shout out to them, man. Clippers, y'all got a W tonight. I mean, y'all played tonight as if it was championship night for them. It was the finals for
them. Every year. I mean, last year was the same way.
Yeah.
First game was the championship. No, different time than by Christmas time normally. Yeah. They get that Christmas game and all that, just like last year. But I just don't understand LeBron's pace. He needs to do something different.
I don't either.
Yeah.
And listen, man, if he's been doing it this long, I don't care how much we talk, he's not changing. But
Listen,
we know his
you
mindset.
see what time it is?
Huh? Yeah.
We stay up this late. You gotta go to work in the morning. I gotta go to work. It's the fans. The fans don't come to watch you figure it out.
No doubt.
The fans come to watch you play ball.
That's valid, right.
Killer instinct.
Well, that pretty much sums it up, man. With Teem Sports Entertainment, the podcast. Yep. The Lakers didn't play well tonight, but shout out to the Clippers for executing. You know, triangle looks well. And I think the Lakers going to turn it around, though.
I'm tight.
You better be.
And that's why, I mean, we should be giving some highlights. But I'm tight. I'm being lackadaisical to y'all, and I apologize tonight. But I didn't see nothing. I mean, I don't want to watch highlights of jumpers.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see some real ball.
Something you can break down, yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So there you have it, man. We up out of here. Teem Sports Entertainment, the podcast. I'm your host, Earl Teemer, alongside my co-host, Al Teemer. Hit the subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment, hit that notification bell. We out of here, man. Y'all have a good night.
Good night. It's late. Get to work.